Anti-Afro Spengalis. We're going retro again. This time we're in September of 2021. I thought you might like to hear Dumpsy D. Derell. And I'm not going to give a pre-opinion. I'll let you listen for yourself. Then I'll come back and tell you what my thoughts are about what he had to say. Stay tuned and I will return.
So this goes back to anti-Afro Spengali. I see you at it again. I see you continuously try to discredit people who have all the credit in the black community. You continue to do things to try to hurt the most successful and brightest in the black community and online. You don't have a retirement fund. You don't have a retirement fund. Your bank accounts are in the negative. You're barely making it. You spend all that money to get the degree. You've been licensed since 2007. You have worked in academia, in fucking admissions. Admissions? Are you serious? Lower level paper pushing? Somebody nobody cares about? And you constantly want to tell people about what they should and should not be doing as far as their career and what is ethical. It's ridiculous. Then you tried to show the forums that you gave them they gave me a warning. Yes, they did give me a warning, but you lied and said that they reprimanded me. I have not done anything to expose any of my clients. You can say I said names and all that different stuff. You can't prove it. I'm gonna let you know something. When you did that, I'm going to fight it legally and I'm going to win because I know I didn't break any rules. You're trying to hurt other people. If you focused on your practice instead of having one insurance, who the hell operates a practice with only having an insurance with Cigna? By the way, guys, you can look her information up. You can report her to the Board of Behavioral Sciences in California. Now, if you don't stop, I'm going to report you to the authorities for cyberbullying because that's well within my right. You're doing things that is putting people's lives at risk. And I'm also going to point that there's other YouTubers that you're giving out their information. And just like those other YouTubers, I have a family too, just like they do. And it's time that you stop this shit. I'm going to start taking legal action against you. I'm letting you know this. So I want to take your warning. You better fall back. You better fall back because if I start using my own resources to get at you, it's over. I'm not going to play with you like I played with you in 19. I'm not. And part of 20. I'm not. So you better fall back. If you want to get at me for stuff I say and do on YouTube, but once you start taking it to the real world, I don't mind spending money. I already spent money on the dumb shit that you've done. And I'll do it again. I got lawyers, baby. And I'm well connected. So you better fall back if you know what's best for you. And I know you're watching. I know you're going to do a video on it. You're going to say, D. Derell, Dumpsy Spears. It's making threats. No, I'm not making threats. I'm going to let you know I'm going to take action against you because you're a cyberbully. You are a cyberbully. And I'm going to tell people to flag your channel. I'm going to tell people to flag all your videos. And I'm going to tell people to contact the Board of Behavioral Science in California because you're unfit based on how you carry yourself and behave, period.
I guess I'm starting out with a question. Did I ever stop talking? As far as his characterizations of what I was doing, he says what he said. But I never stopped talking. I never stopped doing exactly what was necessary. I think it's very interesting how at the beginning he's trying to level and lob these insults about bank accounts, but he's having a difficult time even coming up with anything that applies to me. Did you notice how he was stumbling around trying to figure out what to say, trying to figure out what lie he can conjure up about me? Bank accounts, one insurance company. So he must be talking about himself. he really expected me to come out here swinging and screaming and hollering and carrying on because bullshit he was saying about me. I, by and large, ignored all of this crap he was saying, and I focused on the risk issues, the threats, the harassment. And it's interesting how he has tried to reverse everything around when he was the one who started attacking me, and I pretty much ignored his ass until lines were crossed. He's not going to cross any lines with me. I'm going to continue to speak. Just as I've always stated, I will speak. But look at what's going on in the here and now versus all of his predictions. All of his predictions were fear-based. He was making these predictions based on him perpetrating the acts he was accusing me of perpetrating. That I was going to be in trouble, that I would have ethical issues. Oh, I have a video coming up. We're going to talk about ethical issues. Every single thing that he tried to say applied to me, applied to him. And there is documentation backing that up. There are regulating boards. The Counseling Association membership was, you know what? Let me do this now. I want to show you this now. I'm not going to wait. I'm going to show you what we're talking about ethics and people having issues with how people act online. Let me show you this. Hold on. So look at this. You can read it yourself. But I filed a complaint against him because he continued to harass me and target me. And so I do something about it. I don't sit here up on YouTube and cry and scream. I will go to those who can handle the situation. And I went to those who could handle the situation. He was kicked out of the American Counseling Association. So I'll read the violation part. After the hearing, there was much discussion of the evidence. The committee's deliberations continued on April 16th. The committee decided as follows. Violation of ACAC code, and it gives you the numbers, confidentiality and privacy. By unanimous vote, the committee decided there was enough substantial, objective, and believable evidence to support the finding of a violation of this code. Confidentiality and privacy. The committee further decided by unanimous vote that you are required to engage in 6 hours of ethics CE training around confidentiality and technology. Provide an 8-page paper acknowledging and reflecting upon impact of violating standards of confidentiality where it comes to clients or potential clients. 8-page paper. Be suspended from membership in ACA for 1 year. This is just one of 6 violations that I read. There's an entire letter here. And the reason why I got a copy of this is because I participated when I filed the complaint. So you see here at the end of the letter, I am on the CC because I filed the complaint. This is the process that Dempsey D. Derell swore he didn't go under. This is the information that the $300 bounty was put on. Dempsey D. Derell went on Photon's panel spewing a bunch of bullshit lies, saying he had current evidence, did not offer a bounty, and never produced a stitch of evidence. None. Only thing I recall is he went and paid Remix Tremix information for shit that didn't exist. I guess he thought he was trying to get back at me. That didn't work. Bottom line is, he was the one who violated ethics. That is the issue. He violates every single edict, every single rule and regulation in the field. Coming online, trying to perpetrate as if he's important when all he does is sit in that damn office and rip off clients and rip off the government and commit healthcare fraud and aggravated identity theft. That's what he was doing. He was doing just what he was doing in 2021 in this video, figuring out what lie he can make up about me and hoping and praying somebody will believe it or enough people believe it or his flunkies will continue believing it. He can sit up there and spew all the shit he wants. And this is from 2021, people. I didn't say shit. I just did what I did. I was never, ever going to sit up there and argue with Dempsey D. Derell. I simply continued to report what he was doing. I was not going to defend myself. How many times did I actually get up there and defend myself? He has said so much shit about me and every single one of my friends. So I reported him. That is what you do. I'm not going to sit up here and put myself in the same predicament that he's in. Aside from the stealing from the feds, he wanted me to replicate his conduct. I was never going to do that. I still haven't done that. It doesn't matter what I've said. What I've said and done is not going to rise to the level of getting a complaint filed against me and sustained on 6 different elements, 6 different sections, 6 different points, and I only brought one to you. And what was he saying in the video? That he didn't violate any client confidentiality. He's been doing it the whole time he's been here on YouTube. I heard a clip not that long ago. He's over there talking about clients. Why are you talking about clients? Making references. Well, I had a client that did this. You aren't supposed to be even doing that. The only way you should be mentioning clients and their situations is if they've given you written permission to present their vignette and you change facts around. Passing references, yes, but he gets very specific. I had clients that did, he was very detailed. So the person is going to know you're talking about them. And clients don't like hearing people in the field talking about them. He tried to put all the stuff on YouTube. I guess he needs to speak about what he claimed he was doing to impress people. But come to find out, he wasn't doing shit but blowing off clients and billing for them. I want you to take a look at this right here. At the rate Dumpsy D. Derell was going, I always knew these things would continue to happen. There are many more instances where he's been removed from boards, from panels, from provider list. He's been disciplined by the actual licensing board. The whole time he was sitting up here on YouTube claiming that me and Rev G were the ones being subjected to discipline. He really expected me to get up there and fight. I was never, ever going to do that. What is the reason I would have to do that when I have the actual proof of what happened? Dumpsy D. Derell is the one who is unethical and unfit. You can go ahead and file a complaint all day, every day. File complaints all day, every day with the board. You have a right to do that. But the board is not going to take any action unless you violate an enumerated statute that applies to your profession. There's a whole body of laws that apply to any and every profession. Respiratory therapist, physical therapist, any type of situation, occupational therapist, speech therapist, they all have regulations specific to their profession. And you are not going to be disciplined unless you violate those regulations within the confines of those laws. People on YouTube hating the fact that you're speaking about Umar Johnson and Umar Johnson wouldn't give them the time of day is not actionable. Simply calling somebody a name here and there, that's not actionable. You have to point to the specific violation, the enumerated violation. And we all know that the hatred and the anger and the frustration, the inability to get us where they want us to be has driven this rancor, so many of these threats, and threats are illegal. Showing up at people's homes, that's illegal. That's a very serious issue. Knowing good and damn well, you want the person to think, you want to cause them harm. Remember, you don't have to have the intention of doing something. You trying to make somebody believe that fits the standard. So he has been doing this for 7+ years and paid other people to do it. Here he is threatening me in 2021 with action. What action? You have no standard. You have no proof. There is no actionable conduct. So what does he do? He just makes up insults about your personal life. He made the huge catastrophic error, grave error, to destroy his career by bringing his so-called professional life onto YouTube. But it just so finds out his professional life is a fraud. So that just exacerbated the situation that ended up happening. All that pressure he felt to be something he wasn't. He couldn't bear to even begin to say, I don't have the money if somebody asked him for money. So he had to go and steal the money and give it to them. He couldn't bear for people not to acknowledge him, so he would feed them money. That's what he does. It didn't work. How didn't it work? Because he was telling people not to talk to me. Don't talk to her. Well, it just so happens the people he's saying that to aren't anyone I give a shit about. So why am I going to care? Don't talk to me if you don't want to talk to me. Do you see me running around chasing after any subject who Dumpsy D. Derell told not to speak to me? He's the one who feels he needs to be in a certain position, then gets angry when he looks and sees and perceives or misperceives me being treated in a certain way that he wants to be treated. I don't understand. Why are you talking to her? You sound so much like King Kong Crackhead. They're essential twins. What does it matter if someone decides to talk to me or not? It's not his concern, but he makes it his concern. And then he goes about making up these lies about me like he's doing something to me that's going to make me act the fool, get out of pocket to the point where I'm going to suffer a consequence. I haven't suffered any consequences. How and why would I suffer consequences? Because someone doesn't like what I'm saying or doing is not going to make me suffer consequences. What makes you suffer consequences is you violate very specific regulations, which Dumpsy D. Derell has done, which is why he is the one under a 9-count federal indictment. Not me, not Rev G, not AFW, not any of our friends or supporters. Dumpsy D. Derell, healthcare fraud, 5 counts, aggravated identity theft, 4 counts. Patience, my friends, patience. Do not push it. Do not rush it. Do not get hasty. Do not get desperate. All of those elements is why you have so many subjects in the Umar Johnson sector into so much trouble, losing their jobs, losing their professions. I haven't lost anything. Not a damn thing. And neither has Rev G. Rev G rose to his pinnacle. In spite of all this shit you tried to do to him, it didn't work. You tried all kinds of shit with me. That certainly didn't work. Those who targeted us were the ones who ended up suffering catastrophic, severe, life-changing, career-destructive consequences. And that's what should happen. Legal consequences. That's what should happen when you keep harassing people and their families. And then turn around and try to act as if we were the ones who perpetrated atrocities. If we were the ones who perpetrated the atrocities, we'd be in the situation of those who claimed we perpetrated the atrocities. Like Antonio Johnson, DJ Jackass, lost his job and certification as a probation officer while steady making false allegations against Rev G. Carrie Ann Wilson got dragged out of Tucker High School and fired. Why? Because she was violating all types of regulations. Dumpsy D. Derell lost how many contracts? Is facing a federal indictment. Why? Because he's one that violated all of the rules and regulations. Fold up body. He has warrants out for his freaking arrest. Are you serious? Who am I missing? There's so many I can't keep track. Let me see your handcuffs. She got fired from 2 jobs. I thought we were the ones that were so horrible and perpetrated so much wrongdoing. If that's the case, what is the reason that we have not been suffering the consequences that they claimed we did or we should? I know that kills them and they can't stand it. Look at Dumpsy D. Derell. He has to steal money for a YouTube image. I will never in a million years relate to anything like that. I took the high road and kept my professional life off YouTube. I don't give a crap what someone else says about it. Say what you want. I'm not the one dragging my professional life onto YouTube. I don't have to answer questions. I don't have to confirm. I don't have to deny. I don't have to say a thing. And that's the difference between me and Dumpsy D. Derell. That's why he's in the position that he's in, and I'm in the position I am in. We are not the same, never have been, never will be. We're not even in the same discipline. He was perpetrating on YouTube and it blew up in his face. Me, I let them fools say whatever the hell they wanted to say, except when it came down to harassment and threats. I'm not going to put up with that. I'm going to find somebody to report you to, like I did here with Dumpsy D. Derell. Yet another situation. You can't put guilt on me. Guilt for what? I'm not going to have any guilt for defending myself. What kind of upbringing do these freaks have? They probably were so horrendously mistreated. It's a horrible thought to even think about, but they sure do act like they were horrendously treated and got no justice. I'm not in that situation. Nobody horrendously treated me. And if they tried to, they got business brought right back to them. So now they're coming up here to try to see who they can have serve punishment. Serve the punishment of those who did whatever they did to you in your formative years? No, I'm not serving no damn sentence for no one. I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing the whole time I've been here. It's worked out quite well. I haven't been arrested. I've lost nothing. These subjects weren't able to cause any damage to the extent they want to cause damage to their satisfaction. Look who's been indicted. Do not forget that, folks. And I've got much more coming your way. In the meantime, you know the drill. Buyer beware.